never heard that, but that's the origin of CAP. I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look.
Right.
We have to follow.
Yeah.
We have to have.
Be true to yourself. You don't have.
And when I came back, the place was a mess. So I knew I was missed.
Deep in here now.
It's
deep.
incredible. I love it.
Me
That's
too.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And applying the recovery, I thought.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to the McShin Foundation's Get in the Herd podcast. Just wanted to go over our events real quick before we get into our podcast. So, October 25th, we have Wellness Wednesday. That is at 10:30 a.m. It's open to the public. Feel free to come check it out. We have yoga, Roku, I think I might have said that wrong, but Reiki and some other different things, some sound healing. That's kind of the Reiki stuff. Groups going on. But Wellness Wednesday, come check it out. It's open to the public. It is tomorrow at 10:30, and it's actually every month. And then later on that evening, we have our costume and dessert contest. Starts at 5:30. If you want to come check out some if you want to come check out some good Halloween costumes and some good Halloween desserts, come on in. 5:30 p.m. we'll be starting that. We have some alumni and some of our board of directors who will be judging. And then October 29th, we have Trunk or Treat at 4 p.m. That's right here in the back of our church in the parking lot there. Hatcher will be hosting that. We'll be participating. And then November, that's not actually, I'll just tell you on November 7th, don't forget to go vote. And then November 23rd, we have our gratitude meeting. This is going to be our 6th annual gratitude meeting. We started this the first year that I came on here at McShin. I love it. Gratitude meeting. It's at 8:30 in the morning. It usually lasts about an hour. Come check it out. It's a real spiritual meeting, and it will be in the chapel here on the McShin side, November 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And then later that day, we'll be partnering with M3, and we'll be having a Thanksgiving dinner. Then November 29th, again, is Wellness Wednesday. Like I said, it's every month. It's usually all right. Sorry. That was just like a practice. Yeah, that was just a practice thing. We don't really like that. We're going to get rid of that. We're cutting that. We're not going to play that anymore.
It's a little monotone.
All right, everybody. Welcome to McShin Foundation Get in the Herd podcast. Just some upcoming events real quick. The next one that we got is the gratitude meeting. That is Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, 8:30 a.m. Adam, you've been to one before, right? I went last year. Yep. And the year before too. Yep. Steve, did you go last year?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. And Travis, this will be your first one, or were you at one before?
No.
This will be your first one.
What is it?
It's the gratitude meeting, 8:30 a.m. because you're going there and then you're coming to the house for Thanksgiving. But so we got that gratitude meeting coming up Thursday, 8:30 a.m. 8:30. So come check that out.
The hell out of me.
I did. And then after that, we're doing a lunch with we're partnering with M3 Church, and they're located at 3300 Old Courthouse Road. We'll be partnering with them, and we'll be doing a Thanksgiving meal there, and it's open to the public. Anybody can come. So those are our next events. Come check those out. The costume party went great. Thank you everybody who participated. And now quick, we got some sponsors. We definitely want to give love and thanks to our sponsors. First, the Farley Center. If you got anybody, any loved ones, any friends, any family that you're looking to get some services and treatment, give them a call. Their contact number is 804-638-7329, and that's Kelly Eason. You give her a call and she'll help you get some services with them. They take commercial insurances.
Williamsburg area.
Located locally, Williamsburg, Virginia. So you don't have to take a plane to go anywhere. You don't have to leave the state of Virginia. You can go right there to the Farley Center, 804-638-7329. Let them know that you got this information from the McShin Foundation, and just let them know that. All right. Now the next.
Why can I hear that?
All right, sorry. All right. Now the next sponsor we want to give a shout out to is the Seed Institute. Seed Institute is a local organization that specializes in conducting trainings for organizations and helping individuals start up their businesses, LLCs. Give Michael Edwards a call, 804-939-0541. If you say McShin, they will give you a 10% discount. Give Michael Edwards a call, 804-939-0541. They are the Seed Institute, and they provide different trainings and help startup businesses. And then we would like to give a shout out to our last sponsor, Rooted Hair Studio. They're located in Colonial Heights, Virginia, 804-919-3851. If you mention McShin, you'll get a 10% off. Use code McShin, you'll get 10% off. Please use code McShin, get 10% off. So listen, anybody out there, if you're trying to get your hair did, highlights, get your roots fixed,
get them grays
out of there. Yeah. Maybe get your beard trimmed. Any of that stuff in there, give them a call and mention McShin. You get a 10% discount. So anybody listening here, Colonial Heights, Virginia, Rooted Hair Studio, 804-919-3851. 10% off, code McShin, and that's Rooted Hair Studio. You can keep this stuff scrolling down at the bottom for the first few minutes. So everybody, me and Travis and Steve, we all get to talking, and we're trying to go over different things that we want to do for the podcast. And one thing that we talked about is we're going to surprise each other with different guests. And so
surprise.
It's my turn. And today we have Adam. Earlier this week, Travis surprised us with Joycey, who's a good friend of ours, and we got to interview and talk with her. And I want to surprise y'all with a good friend of mine, Adam here. Adam, I don't want to share your story. I don't want to tell your story. And I know Travis has some questions. I got some questions. Travis has some questions. But what I do want to say first is everybody, Steve behind the laptop and the computer over there. Thank you, Steve, for all you do. Steve handles all the technical work. He's working on some stuff. If you get a chance, log into our TikTok and you'll see, or log into our YouTube channel, subscribe to it, but you'll see some shorts, and he's made some shorts. They're pretty cool. They're funny.
Check out the latest one. It's pretty good. Have you seen it?
Yeah, but I want to change.
No, there's no change, and it's out there. It's just you in cartoon form. Kicking knowledge.
I know, but I'm saying like I feel like the cartoon form should actually be like a cartoon form.
It's
like
a card.
That dude looks nothing like me.
What I had a fish with 3 eyes, bro.
That was like good. He was like big.
The third eye.
Yeah,
I had the third eye.
And he's big, and you're kind of big, and sometimes slobber, and you're slobbering. So, you know.
What are you mad about being like a dorky? Like it's your inner man.
It's my inner man, a big dork.
Yeah.
Well, yours is mustard, biscuits, lawnmower. We'll fix me a lawnmower.
Mine's breaking records, though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna help yours break records too. I'm shooting it out there to everybody. Everybody out there, if you get a message from me, I'm not a bot. It's actually me sending it out. Check it out. It's real.
Yes,
Jesse's latest stuff.
Like the TikTok, share it, and please, we're not asking for any monetary donations, but it really helps us if you like, subscribe, and share it. Get on our YouTube channel. We're trying to up our followers. We really need to hit that because it'll help us get out to the recovery community, help us get out to people that need services and need to hear the stuff we talk about. So log in there, subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. So, and we got our co-host Travis. Everybody knows Travis. He's the one that makes this right here. He makes it all work. This is Travis.
Hey, yeah. Thank you for that. I do make it all work.
You make it all work.
Steve gets some credit over there.
Yeah, I do. Steve. Well, Steve, I mean, definitely wouldn't work without Steve here. Travis would be out there breaking shit again like he did 6 months ago when they tried to do it.
So being on how you just said that, I mean, that sounds like I'm getting my green room status, don't it? Like Skittles in the green room. Yeah. All right. Sponsors out there.
So
a green room. Skittles.
Definitely need another sponsor. Y'all both, you and Steve, that's y'all got to get on y'all's ball here.
We got stuff in the works, don't we? A lot of stuff in the cooker. We call
too much
the gumbo pot.
Too much time. Too much doing this. What's this?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, so
twiddling the old thumbs. We do that while we're on the
wifey. Phone. That was Smartless. I know, and that's where I got it from. And y'all ever watched Smartless before?
No,
Smartless. Y'all, you would like that. Trav, you would really like it.
Sounds like a total chick show.
No, it's a podcast. I didn't mean to say watch. Listen.
Oh, Smartless. Yeah.
You never watched? Never listened to that podcast?
No, I've never heard of it.
Well, check it out.
So it's got that it's got 3 comedians on it. It's got the one guy that plays in a lot of movies. He plays the star.
Can you narrow it down?
Ozark. What's the?
Oh, the Ozark. Jason Bateman.
Yep, Jason Bateman's on it, and then it's got the one guy that played in, I think it was Frasier, maybe. No, what was that other show that was right around Frasier time?
I was locked up there.
And then it's got Will Arquette. Will
No, Arnett.
Will Arnett.
No,
He's the other guy.
Will
Jason
Arnett.
Bateman. Who's the other two? Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and then there's one
there's
other
no
guy.
such person as Will Arnett. I just totally made
Thomas
that up.
Gibson.
Yeah,
No.
Thomas Gibson. That was like the fourth president. Who's that?
Fourth
Right
after
There you go, right there. Sean Hayes and Will Arnett. It is.
Oh, it was Arnett.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Y'all,
right.
y'all are missing something.
Will with one eye.
Check it out.
L.
It's actually really funny.
Sean Hayes.
And what they do is they all take turns surprising each other.
with guests.
Yeah, with guests. But
Like today.
the difference is that they know famous people. We don't really.
Adam's
No.
famous around here.
I mean, it can be wrong. Yeah, I know. Right.
I didn't know
We
I
don't-
was a guest around.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't.
On the
I don't
show.
see you a lot though. You.
Just 'cause you
oh,
don't tell me to come on
You
here.
mean you're the guest on the show? You are the show. I like that.
he comes around every so often though. You'll catch him out there. He's kind of like he's kind of shadowy.
During
He
the
pops
day?
in, pops out. Yeah, you
Or
never
at
know
night?
when you might see him.
during the day or at night.
During the day. Yeah, he
So you've
pops
seen
in
him
during the
before?
day. Oh yeah, around the 6 o'clock area.
Yeah, it's at
usually.
night. That's at night.
No, it's still daytime. Maybe the 5, 6 area. He comes in.
Late afternoon.
He makes his rounds. It's like
So-
a every 3-month rotation type thing, maybe 2.
So everyone out there, this
Mm-hmm.
is Adam, the infamous Adam Dwyer. Did I
Infamous
say that last
Adam.
name right? Adam Dwyer.
Mhm.
Adam he's got a lot of great stuff going on in his life. I want to tell you, he's the youngest person in Virginia ever to get his CPRS.
Mhm.
And he has a IQ of, what was your IQ?
135.
We talked about this. No, it's a little higher, isn't it?
I don't.
140 is genius level.
So
Kick the stats.
Don't lie.
I
We
haven't
talked
done-
about
I
this
don't-
before.
I haven't done an IQ test, but IQ is subjective. It's
Listen, we
Mhm.
talked about
So
something
what's yours?
before.
I don't know.
Listen,
Subjectively.
he got straight A's. He got straight A's, and he got 100 on every quiz in the PRS and the final exam. The kid's smart, is what I'm trying to say. Damn it! All right, you could have just made something up about your IQ there. He's
I don't
he's
believe
smart.
in IQ testing. That's. But
Oh, man, I
you
knew
just
that.
killed
Yes,
that.
yes,
Mm,
yes.
yeah.
I'm
You
sorry.
yeah, you definitely. I could see that he doesn't believe in IQ testing, but he's at VCU right now, majoring in engineering. He's going to be an engineer, right?
No.
Mm.
So yeah, I was.
Lots of
all
research
the
done around.
research-
Hold on, you changed your major?
No, my major was never engineering.
What was it then?
Mm.
I was gonna be on the show last week.
Can
but
you-
Jesse and I had a miscommunication.
What are we talking
Did
about?
you
first
change
of all?
majors
What
in
did you
between
major? We're talking about
last week and now?
Jesse on the show stated that I'm studying to be an engineer.
Mm.
While that's very flattering, I'm actually studying math and chemistry currently. And,
So wait, hold on. So you never told me you were going to be an engineer?
No, I don't think
Mm.
so.
Oh
Math and chemistry.
Adam,
Mm.
stop! You never said your major was engineering. Yes, you.
I
first spiritual principle.
Switch into engineering pretty easily.
What is it, Steve?
He's killing me over
I'm
here.
not sure. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
I think we threw him off
No,
a little bit pre-show.
I'm saying I think your
Yeah.
memory is off here. We talked about this.
Mm. Geniuses usually do go crazy. I've heard
like,
this.
Like what's
I've heard
that?
this thing.
Beautiful Mind.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that. All
Beautiful
of them.
Mind. Here.
Eating Gilbert
You-
Grape,
you were
all
gonna
those
be-
movies, the geniuses.
You were going to be. You said you were studying engineering, but now what's your major?
Math and chemistry.
So what is your goal with math and chemistry?
So my goal is I want to study neurolinguistics, specifically mathematical modeling in the field of neurolinguistics. But it can be very hard to find good research positions in that field. And so I think it would be good for me to attend medical school.
So mind language.
So you want to be a doctor?
Yes.
Mm,
Okay.
Neurosciences.
Engineer, doctor, same damn shit, man.
It is, I
swear.
think this is a beautiful mind scenario.
I mean, I-
So ultimately, you want to be a
John
neuro.
John Nash
You
was
want to be a
great
neuro.
mathematician.
You want to be a neuroscientist. Neuro.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have a lot of thumb pins and strings in your room? Just a
That's
question.
Behind
That's
the
what he
wall.
did. Yeah, behind it. Yeah.
Maybe a few years ago, but not anymore.
Newspaper clippings, anything like that.
So
Are you a code breaker on the low?
He is a. Well,
It's a
we'll
good
talk-
movie.
yeah.
Great movie.
So
Hopefully not a biography.
No, it is. He's a real mathematician.
No, I mean of Adam.
Yeah, it's actually the movie that Travis was talking about. It's based on John Nash, a famous mathematician.
Mathematician.
It's actually very fundamental to game theory. So you often
Mhm.
hear about Nash equilibria. That's it.
Mhm. Are you studying that there at BCU?
No, Nash equilibria is the class that they studied the most is it's in the business school because it's game theory. But
Yeah.
I know some about
You
it.
got game theory too, don't you?
In math.
No, just period.
I mean, you asked me to talk about school. I can
No,
talk
no,
about
no,
school.
no. This guy over here, what is he talking about?
I don't know.
The people on the viewers listening to this are gonna
We'll
be
get
like, what the
there.
heck
Yeah,
is he
I'm
Don't
talking
worry,
about?
viewers.
I'm
We'll get
sorry,
there.
y'all.
Yeah.
As a little pre-taste of what's
He's-
coming.
He's got a little game. He's got a little bit of game.
He's got
Little
game.
He's young.
Gotta
How
make it.
how old are you, Adam?
I'm 21.
So 21
Whoa,
years old. listen,
really?
yeah, he's young. And but when that happened, he
Oh.
was
13? I mean, what the hell are we talking?
It's 2 years ago. How long has it been since you left McShin?
It's been almost 2 years.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
so
been a
it
while.
This was around 18, 19. Fresh face. Did you have the beard then?
I did, yeah.
I'm sorry. It's good stuff, man.
Great stuff.
Reminiscing. We're giving Adam a hard time. Everybody,
Just getting
out
him
there,
comfortable.
Yeah. Just giving him a hard time. We're talking about his love life.
Mm. Are we?
Yeah, I'll be.
Yeah, we are. Let's get.
All right, but no, we're not yet. All right,
We're not yet. Not yet.
Let me go to so you know neuroscience. Possibly go to med school is the goal. The hell is that? No, sorry, Tic Tacs.
I think they're better than certs.
I love them.
Me too. Zero
so-
calories. Can eat a whole box. Still equals 0. Now that's some math for your.
Yeah, tell us how that works since you're the neuro. I'm always wondered how I can eat a whole thing of these and not gain 1 calorie.
Yeah.
They're lying to me is what they're
It's
doing.
the net calories. I mean, it has.
Here we go. Ask a math major.
So they're lying to me basically is what they're doing. They lie to me. That's the only reason why I eat those damn
The
things.
FDA, I mean, they don't have to report a bunch of stuff that's in there. It's good though. You should get on.
Is
It
it
says
0
0
calories?
calories, I
Does that
believe
say
it.
0 calories? 'Cause I-
No, this is not 0 calorie, but it's
Let me see.
aspartame free. It's good for you. It's good for your teeth.
Spearmint meth.
Methamphetamine. Yeah, I'm
Zero
tired.
calories.
Give
Why
me,
you
give me
like
about
this?
3 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, try one.
Let's see here.
I'm not a dentist. I'm not.
Vegan.
I don't
Jesse's
work for
in.
this company, but when
You
you're
just
doing
you're
this-
Is there
plug 'em
sugars in
anyway.
this?
no, it's sugar free. It's xylitol sugar.
Soy free, sugar free.
It's basically like tree bark.
Listen, PUR. If you're out here listening to this, come on, give us a sponsorship because I'm getting ready to.
You haven't even tried them yet. We might not want them.
Because he
Now we'll
takes-
take them. We'll take you.
Nah, he takes my word for things. I
He
mean,
does?
You know what we should do on here? We should do that hot chip challenge.
Yes, the one chip.
Yeah.
Who's going to take
It's
the
not
Pepsi
that bad.
challenge on that? You did it?
Yeah, I've done it. It's not that bad. The only thing
Stay
I
tuned
don't-
for Adam
This isn't
saying
gum.
it's
Yeah,
not
no,
that
this isn't
bad.
gum. This isn't
No,
gum.
no, it's a mint.
Let me put this right here and shoot
Yeah,
this later.
that one
Mhm.
chip challenge. It's pretty fun.
It's
good.
fun.
Yeah. it's
Yeah, you did it?
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes of like, oh man, it's hot. But
Mm.
it's fine.
And then after that, you're good.
What color was that chip? Purple that you ate?
The one I had was.
So if I pull out the hot chip challenge right now, you're gonna do it?
No problem. I mean, you consider
I'll
it
do
fun. The
it.
You're gonna do
words
it
you
right now.
used
I'll
were
do it right
fun.
now. You got one?
Am I right?
Steve, go get that hot chip we got over
Yeah,
there.
please order the Amazon right
Man,
now.
it'd be freaking Steve. If you
Drone
ain't got the
drop
hot
that.
chip right now, if you had it and pulled it out, I tell you what, man,
You'd get a raise, right?
get something. I don't know what it is.
I'd
but
give you
get
5 out of my paycheck. Dollars.
What
All
you
right.
should try though is there's a ramen. It's called Samyang. It's real spicy.
Mhm.
ramen noodle.
I will never eat another ramen again.
It's different. It's not like the.
Are you
Norwegian.
seeing how they make
Who,
those?
who can't you hear? Adam's sound is, and turn him up and come
My
on. There you
bad.
go, Adam.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're just
Get that
really
mic a
loud.
little
We're
closer.
really loud, and he's far away from
Travis
the mic.
is really loud. Thank you, Kelly. I take that as a compliment. Let's-
Dude, she's, you know what she said? She said you're very. She's like me. She's like, man, sometimes Travis just can take over the conversation.
You're welcome.
With his-
Kelly.
with his
Sometimes there's like a
noise.
lot of dry air. I don't like
Just
silence.
loud. He's right. He's just loud, babe.
Mhm.
Just loud.
Loud and awesome.
We leave all that part out. But loud. We leave all the other good stuff out.
Thank you for the compliments, Kelly. Back at you.
She can get loud. So Adam, so look, so let's talk about we we know what's going on, which that's cool. You know, you're gonna go to med school and all that stuff. And
Change the world.
yeah.
We
but you know,
believe in you, Adam.
You're you're young, right?
Yes.
You know, what brought you to recovery, man? What ended up happening where you ended up at a place like McShin? Not that McShin's bad, but you ended up here. You know, what happened?
Fairly young.
So, I mean, it's a mix of things, but I wasn't taking care of myself. I was doing pretty poor in life. You know, I was using, I was breaking the law constantly. I was just getting myself into trouble and not treating myself well, not keeping myself healthy. I mean, I almost died many times.
From what? What were you using?
Man, I was using that dope. I mean, I was using Like everything.
That's where like he just
That
changed
dude.
from like the
Went right
doctor,
back into it.
nursologist.
Then.
I was using-
Neurosalivate, that
I was
dope.
using that dope.
That dude.
And
Leaned in on that mic
He
too.
went
didn't
from, he went from college to the streets.
Yep.
I was using that dope.
That dude.
See, I can laugh about it now because it's been a few years.
Mhm.
but,
Yeah. So what you was using heroin? When you say dope, heroin? Okay.
Was it heroin then? That was like 2 years ago.
I don't think so.
I think you might have missed the heroin train. Yeah,
Fentanyl.
yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. Call it the name. I got it.
So
that's why I call it dope.
Yeah. How long were you using that for?
About a year, but I had been using pills for like 5 years.
how'd you get
Started
turned on
young.
to the pills? Like what happened there? Did something happen? Or you
Medicine cabinet?
Not necessarily medicine cabinet, just the environment I was in. I guess the environment I grew up in. Like, I don't want to badmouth my family, but my father was absent for a lot of my childhood, and my mother was an amazing, wonderful woman, but she struggled with substance use disorder as well. And so, I mean, I just like when you grow up seeing it, you learn to do it. Essentially,
Mhm.
Where was that? Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up here in Richmond, like South Side.
When you say
Chesterfield?
South Side, Chesterfield or South Side?
Chesterfield or the South
Like
Side?
South Side, like right off near St. John's Woods.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
and I don't want to talk about touchy subjects, but didn't somebody pass away in the family?
Yeah. So my mother passed away from an overdose when I was 13. I actually, man, it's a very sad story. At that point, I've got 4 siblings and I'm the youngest, but at that point it was just one of my sisters and I still living in the house. And one morning, I get up and I check on my parents because like they both would use and I never knew, And so I got this habit of like every morning to check on them, check if they're breathing, check if they're all right. And so one morning, I get up and I go see what's up with my mom, and I mean she's dead.
Mhm.
Like I just knew instantly. And so I
Where were your brothers and sisters at?
so a few of them were off at university. One of them was living in Georgia at the
You're
time.
the youngest?
Yeah.
Okay. So they were grown.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so my mom had OD'd and passed away, and my dad was in the other room ODing, and so I had to, jump and like get my sister up, call an ambulance, and try and resuscitate him. But I didn't have Narcan at the time, and this was years ago.
You were 13, so that's daggone
Yeah.
what almost 10 years ago, right? 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So is your dad clean now? Did he get clean?
He's clean now. Yeah, I mean, it took a few years after that, but God bless, he's clean now for also a few years. And I mean, he's got
When she still you still can't hear you.
That's
I want to make
old.
sure they can hear you. Is that old?
Yeah,
keep
that's
it
all.
close
a
though,
little closer.
because it's
'Cause
sometimes
you're
when you
soft spoken too.
Yeah.
I am soft-spoken.
I got you
I
turned all the way
apologize.
up.
and sometimes when you don't get close to it, people don't hear it out there. Man.
Yeah. You
But
think?
so
Yeah.
let me.
What do you need? Makeup on there? Got a little shine going on.
Yeah, I didn't
Mhm.
know that that's what a lot of news anchors do. They just everybody that acts, they just got makeup all over.
Yeah,
their
you
face.
never heard that. Like,
Yeah.
report to makeup. Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
I've never heard it, no.
Jesse
Yeah.
was able to get a sponsor from a hair studio.
I might have a possible makeup
the bald head,
sponsor
right?
in the
Um,
if the shine keeps on.
So
Hey, so you were fairly young. You were young.
Yeah.
So like you started using around that time, young like
Yeah,
that, 13
Yeah,
pills.
I've been
well, that's what I was
using-
going to ask you. So is that when it started? When you were 13, or how long ago
Uh,
after that did it start?
No, it was before my mom had passed away. But I mean, it's wild. Like it wasn't, just I'm drinking a little bit, smoking a little bit weed. Like I remember the first week that I ever touched any sort of drug. I smoked some weed, I drank, and then within like 3 days, I was popping pills.
Advanced stuff there.
Yeah, it was
Off
bad.
the
So,
rip.
I mean, I was off the train,
Yeah.
And it basically was always like that. I mean, I took like a while here and there not using, but even when I wouldn't be using, I'd still be doing, things, moving stuff around.
Adam?
And whatnot.
Yeah, you still got to get closer.
All right.
Sorry,
My fault.
yeah, you're gonna have to get like this. See how I am? You really got
Like
like
this?
touch. Yeah, you got to touch it.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
better, everybody? Can everybody hear Eric out there?
Because because whoa, that not mine. You turning mine up.
Turn them all up.
No,
Let's
bruh.
get crunk in here.
That's
So-
just the headphones. so.
Yeah, that's not the mic anyways. You
Yeah.
just this doesn't help the viewers, Trav, anyways. So
Turn the
like turning
mics
this
up.
up don't mean nothing.
I
You
can
just got
hear
to
'em
keep
better.
this, Adam. You
I
got
can
when you
hear 'em
talk
now.
because
Erica can hear us.
I want to make sure,
Hey, Erica.
Erica, you hear Travis and me. I want to make sure you hear Adam because Adam's really giving some good stuff.
Yeah,
So
he is.
yeah,
I can
it's
hear
good.
him now. I can hear that water top going on. All right, kick it, cuz.
You hear it, but they don't. It's
Oh.
not you.
Oh, get up in there, Eric. Can y'all hear him
It's
now?
Adam.
not
Stop
Eric.
calling
Say
him
something, Adam.
Eric. He done seen
Sorry.
Erica. Erica, do you know Travis or something? Because you got him mesmerized right now. He's seen your name and he's like all excited that you're on here.
The beautiful mind wires got crossed. Sorry.
All right. You got this way too loud.
I gotta
All
turn
right.
it down. Let me engineer something here.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Erica can hear us well. All right.
All
Sorry.
right. So you were off to the races, man. You started doing it and you went off to the races. And that's really devastating to have to go through. And sometimes you think, you think because this is how this illness is, Adam and Travis, right?
Do we got a crowd in the background?
Yeah, where am I hearing the crowd?
Probably the group letting out.
You go shut them up immediately.
Shut the window. Why is it in our microphone?
This is
Sorry,
totally
we
a
just-
poltergeist.
Yes, I
moment.
mean we're hearing people in our headphones here, y'all. Y'all don't hear them, but
or
we're
in our
hearing 'em.
heads.
Yeah, maybe it's in beautiful mind.
I know. As soon as you come in here, it's spooky.
What's
Start
going on?
tapping
Adam done did something to us. We gotta turn these down.
Yeah, he's got me calling him by the wrong name. He's got some weird stuff.
No,
on.
that was Erica
That's-
who got you doing that. Yeah. I don't know who Erica Barnes is, but
She's a fan of ours.
Thanks for watching, Erica.
How do you not know our fans?
well, I'm not good with names. I just didn't
Shout
know
out to Erica.
if you
Barnes.
personally knew who Erica was.
I know so many people. Do I know you, Erica?
So-
yeah, those emojis mean yes.
Two means yes.
Yeah, two means yes. Yeah.
Well, you messed Travis all up. So
Nobody
No.
knows. I know who you are, Erica.
It's like a Ouija board session.
a Ouija board section. Who is Erica? Thank you, Raymond. Man, Raymond, I
Yes,
can always
Raymond.
count on you
Shout
out
out
there.
to
Yes,
Raymond.
because
Thank you, Raymond.
Raymond don't like that noise too. Because
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Raymond. All right, because
I always try to
I
keep
like-
my noise level.
I like
to a minimum when
this,
I'm working
Raymond.
around
I like
Raymond.
this, not this. We're going with this one right here.
What's Raymond doing right there? What's this? Yeah, it's an
Well,
anonymous program,
yes,
Erica.
yeah. Well,
You
I
got
don't know.
your
how
first and last
anonymous- When your picture.
Not
When is a
anymore.
picture? Is that a
Picture
picture?
and name on blast. That's,
Yeah.
All right, but look, I want to. Cranky old guy, yeah. All right. So because we were getting on something,
Sorry,
and what I
that's
what I was
okay.
getting ready to say is
Formerly
so
known as Eric.
you suffered a tragic loss, right? And most people think that if somebody grew up in that type of environment or seen that, it would make them go the opposite way and not ever touch a drug in their life, right? And that's how this illness works, right? This disease, man, like even though going through all that and seeing that, like you still, it still got a hold of you. You still picked
Yeah.
up and you still continued to use, and it brought you to your knees and to the point where you came to McShin. Like, what was that moment that made you come here to get some help? What did something happen?
Yeah, so it was I was not the best student when I was younger. When I was a lot younger, school was like a sanctuary for me. It was a safe space. But then as time went on, I wouldn't really go, barely making it by. It wasn't good. But I was in my final year of high school, and this year it was when the COVID had shut everything down. So like everything was online, and we didn't have I never logged into school about 10 times.
Are we
For
talking
the
about
whole
high
year.
school or
Yeah,
high
yeah.
school? What high school were you doing?
I was at this school. I was at a school called James River.
Were you in person? You keep saying
No,
logging-
it was online.
Oh,
It
they
was-
put
it was,
everything
like, all
online during
yeah.
COVID. They did that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
I
right.
had
Yeah, what
them.
am I thinking? I know that. That's what the
Like
kids.
2
all
years
the
ago,
kids.
bro.
Yeah,
I know you're thinking you're talking to
Yeah.
somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
all my kids had to stay home and Kelly.
Adam's on a very young timeline. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because I've been living up in Maryland, going to school in Maryland, but then I moved back because everything was shutting down, and this is where I had grown up and most of my life was. So I moved back and I just registered at the school because I wanted to get my diploma, but I didn't do anything all year. I was just using and just living a completely different lifestyle than what I needed to be doing. And it was the week before graduation, like about 5 days before graduation. I had been out all night, making runs and all this. And I had just gotten back from Williamsburg, and I stopped for a little bit, and then I dropped my friend off, and then I went to go, get this guy right. And
Wait. Let me make
Making
sure.
runs.
Yeah, you said you're
Yeah.
making runs because you're speaking our language here. Like, what
I
do you
mean,
mean?
I don't.
You were
School's out
making
the window
runs,
now.
yeah,
So I
school,
don't
what
wanna-
was making runs mean? What were you
Getting
doing?
guy right, getting him well.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
what
want
was
to
happening?
incriminate myself, but
You were selling some dope.
yeah,
I
and
think the statute of limitations might be out.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
It's
don't know.
it's happened fast for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, weird time. I'm sorry.
yeah.
but yeah, so
but don't worry, we
Anyways.
don't got that many viewers.
Yeah.
FBI is not jumping on this. So we're good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you were allegedly selling dope.
Yeah, you were helping a
gotcha.
couple people out.
Yeah.
yeah, just
okay.
making sure they were right.
Yeah.
People afflicted with the same problems that I
Mhm,
had.
dope fiends. Yeah.
But yeah, so I had stopped and I was in the car and I was getting ready to head back home, and I just take a little key bump, and because I've been up for like two days at that point, and I was out. I had never OD'd myself before, but I was out, and so I wake.
That's that fentanyl. See,
Yeah,
Different animal.
yeah. So I wake up and damn, that was loud.
no,
I
it's
wake
not.
up
It's not
to,
loud. It's just loud to
you know,
us.
the sternum rub and whatnot. Yeah,
Really?
and it's-
Keep
Were you
that,
in your
keep that
car when
close.
this
Keep that
happened?
close. Keep that close.
You were in the car when it happened?
Yeah, I was in the car.
Who's
and-
sternum rubbing you? The EMT?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I hope so.
Yeah, an EMT. I was in it was weird. I was in this like, how they got, it's not a nursing home, but it's like a nursing neighborhood, like assisted
like
care.
a
neighborhood.
retirement
yeah,
home,
yeah,
assisted
yeah.
living.
I was in one of those.
Oh, you pulled up in there because nobody was outside. It was the perfect
but
place to take the
luckily,
key bump.
Someone was walking and they saw me slump in the car, and so they call for paramedics. And anyways, so they revived me, took 3 shots of Narcan. I'm very lucky to be alive. I feel blessed every morning when I wake up, but they arrested me because I had
Yeah, it's some
allegedly, and
dupe on you.
so I'm getting booked and processed, and the whole time, I mean, I'm just like,
Dupe.
Sorry. Go.
Hold on. Let me. So you get locked up.
mhm,
Where'd you get locked up at? Chesterfield or
a
City?
monkey.
Oh, Pamunkey.
Yeah, Hanover,
Okay.
man. They,
So- Yeah, that's not too fun of a
So
jail.
you were dope.
So how long
taking
did you end up?
everything in there?
How long did you end up staying there?
I was only there for the night.
Oh.
My sister, I reached out to my sister.
Came right on out.
She got me.
She came
and-
bonded you out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Was
Yeah.
that
And
it
then-
right there? Was that the point? Were you like
No,
you still had
it was
more
not.
running after that?
Mm-mm. So when I got home, it was the evening, and I was like, I just need to get high, and so I hung out with some people that night, told them what happened, and I mean, I felt normal for the most part. It hadn't kicked in like, oh,
But the
I just
Narcan didn't
OD'd.
put you in the.
And but then the next day, it hit me. I realized like, oh, like I'm gonna have to like go report to pretrial. Like I'm gonna have to deal with this.
Yeah.
And I just said like I'm gonna get my urine clean. That's what it was at first. It was I'm gonna get my urine clean. And it was hard, man. Like it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
I was just in I remember I had this mat. It was a camping mat. And for like 3 days, I was in the house, in between the bathroom and one of the rooms that has tile floor. And I was just like chilling on the
Floor on the
Chilling
bath
on the
mat,
floor,
trying to
yeah.
stay to the cold floor.
because that
So-
tile floor feels
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
and,
yeah. So that was your plan.
yeah.
You were just gonna roll a squirrel.
sleeping on the floor, just
Mhm.
kicking.
Just
was
kicking
trying to
raw
kick it
squirrel.
myself,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
How many days did that last? How many days did you hang in?
no, I hung in like I
The whole
did it.
time? That was
Mhm.
it?
Yeah, because I eventually, so like I said, this was I got arrested like 3 or 4 days, about I think 4 days before graduation, and So the day after, once I got out, the day after, it was a Friday, I went to the school basically to beg to graduate because I didn't know if I was graduating or not. So I basically am going to my teachers like, please, I'll do whatever. Like, I need to graduate, and they all knew. I mean, they said like, you're good. Like, take a few tests and it's fine. So over the weekend, that's when I really started. Like, I was like, I got to get my piss clean. I got to pass
for graduation and for pre-trial.
Yeah,
simultaneously.
I was sick as hell, like trying to be on my laptop doing these tests, and I was like, oh man. And then so a few days later, I'm going, because they say, yeah, get your counting gap and you can walk, get your diploma. And so I'm sick as hell, man.
Going to graduation?
Yeah, it was bad. I've got a few photos, man. I just look dead. I look dead in those photos.
It's the first time I've ever heard this.
Yeah.
Went to high school graduation just sick as hell. Taking the test.
I just didn't go. Is what I did.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, you have some kind of drive in you that most do not.
Yeah. So you do that. Let's fast forward to coming to the doorsteps of here.
Yeah.
Right?
So
because you came here. When did that happen?
So I had talked with my pretrial officer and talked with some of my brothers and some family that I'm real close to. And then also I talked to John a lot. I'm sure most of y'all know John Schinholzer, founder.
You talked to John?
Because my
co-founder.
Sorry, Carol.
And his wife.
My mother was good friends with John and Carol. And so I had met John when I was real little, little baby. And but I remembered him because my mom would talk about him sometimes. And I thought, like, I need to find his number, so I need to call him because I don't know anyone that knows about recovery. Like, I don't know this world, but John knows.
You just remember the name.
And
so you called him up, and then
I called him. I came up here and talked with him, and we just had a good time. We just talked, and I told him everything that was going on. And at this point, I wasn't completely sold on, like, I didn't know what being in recovery would be like. I didn't know what getting clean, the benefits of it really were. I just knew I didn't want to be sick. I didn't want to be going back to jail. Like, I didn't want to continue to mess my life up because, like you said, some people that may have grown up in the environment that I did would never touch any drug. But then some people will get trapped in it.
Yeah, go all out.
Yeah.
And so I made a plan. Basically, I'm in recovery. For me, I'm all about recovery goals. It's what drives me. And so I sat down and I made some goals for myself. And I really think that's what saved me. I mean, I sat down for like 3 days just researching and talking to people and figuring out, like, what's a plan to get my life back on track. Not to fix my life, but to get it back on track.
Get it on track.
And so I went to this this rehab for the court said I could go to this rehab, and I had hired a lawyer, and he said, yeah, I recommend you go here. So I was there for like 50 days or something. It was nice, nothing special, but I enjoyed it. But part of my plan was like between June and July. So that was way early June when I first, I gotten arrested and graduated and stuff. Between June and July, I was kind of in like stuck water. I was in still water of, like, I couldn't leave to go to rehab. I was waiting to hear about, like,
limbo.
Yeah.
Limbo.
And so I was going to meetings and just, like, taking it really simple. Like, all I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna go to this meeting. If I gotta go to the store and get some almonds or whatever it might be, but I was keeping it real simple.
NA meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Erica is interested in what pathway you.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to talk about, but what almonds? Like, you just randomly, I would go to the store and get some almonds. Like, what?
Yeah, what
I'm saying is, like, that first month, I was just like, I would write out what I needed to do that day, and I would try and keep it.
So it was like one of your goals to eat almonds?
No. I'm just
where did almonds come
if I needed to go to that store today.
You just like almonds?
Almonds were a big part of your recovery.
No,
It was a random.
Was it an
outdoor store.
almond joy or just like some raw squirrel almonds?
I mean it's just like general grocery things.
Wait,
Yeah.
who likes
Yogurt.
almond joys?
Yeah,
You like almond
It's like
joys?
one of the best candy bars ever.
What
invented.
the?
Yeah. Yeah, I like
Are you
coconut. I like
serious?
chocolate.
You like?
And
you
I
don't
like
almond
almonds.
joys, do you?
He's an
I don't
almond
know.
fan.
It's probably the worst candy bar there is. An almond
I
joy.
think
Probably one of the best.
Reese's
Whatchamacallit's probably the
probably
best.
the
Yeah,
best.
Let me
Reese's
see.
Cups.
Anybody out there
Yeah.
like almond joys? Raymond,
Yeah.
you like almond joys? I bet Raymond
about
don't like almond
Mounds?
joys.
What about Mounds?
Mounds. I've never had a Mounds.
Mounds don't
actually.
have the almond in it. Same thing, darker chocolate.
Yeah,
Great.
they're
Coconut
terrible,
is great.
man. Those candy
Coconut and
bars.
chocolate
When we
are-
get those at
Any
Halloween, we throw
coconut
them
fans
away.
out there?
Ask any
Throw 'em
kid.
my
I
way.
bet they
Thank
throw
you.
them away.
On
Cam
my
and
way.
Cadence, when they get in their back, throw them your way. I will. You're gonna have a come Tuesday. You're gonna have a whole bag of them because
Love 'em.
Cam and Cadence don't eat them.
I like the Mounds.
Luna,
too.
none of them. They don't eat those.
Almond joy. and
So
Mounds.
so Erica has a great question. I want to know that question too. What pathway did you choose? So what's your recovery pathway?
So my recovery pathway is mainly NA
It's a 12
But-
step. So he's a 12-step guy.
12-step.
program,
Yep. Okay.
but I also am engaged in one-on-one therapy. I believe that it is very helpful for me personally, and just general mindfulness and well-being practice and technique is another part of my pathway.
Okay.
Mm.
You like to do you do the
Reiki.
no.
Sound
Well, he's
bowl?
done it before. No.
The EMDR.
The
EMD.
making those things you were making and you told me
Legos.
I'm not that young.
it's like the guess game. Guess what he's talking about? The
I
ceramic bowl. You were telling me how you would go
Oh,
around
pottery.
like
yeah,
ceramic
Pottery.
and like you that was like a
Mhm.
healing thing for you.
Like-
Yeah,
right?
so I used to I was not I'm a glass blower.
Yeah,
and I
that's
have
what
a
it is.
little
There
bit
you
of
go. Glass
background in
blower, see?
ceramics.
Mm.
But yeah, the glass blowing is really nice. It's very therapeutic. You know, there's
He
something
wants to-
special.
He wants to so bad. I'm glad. Keep
You
it
good.
together. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Keep rolling. Keep going.
No, I mean it's nice. It's really nice sitting behind. Like there's something special sitting behind a hot flame.
Nice.
Mhm.
Blowing good glass today.
I can't, man. I'm sorry. Everybody that's even listening to us, it's hard to keep it together sometimes when you're sitting next to Travis. All right. But so I brought that up because I know you had told me one time we might have been scheduling to go. I was trying to get up with you to go to that Philly steak place. And you're like,
Mhm.
man, I got to go do
Vegan
the
place.
glass. Yeah, the one on the south side. Have you
Yeah.
gone to that one? The one I was telling you about.
Vegan Philly steak and cheese.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good. Very
Yeah.
good.
My
Yeah.
studio is right by there, actually.
Where you okay? So,
Yeah.
but that's how I remember you
Mhm.
the conversation that sparked, and you were telling me you do that, and I was I found it interesting that you had did that. I never really met anybody that did something like that. So
Maybe like at a fish concert.
you don't listen to Fish. huh?
No, I mean,
Yeah. He claims he can play bat. Well, he can't.
You
play
look
basketball.
jam bandish.
No, he's not no jam band guy. No,
No?
no.
No?
That's
No
just a
jam
new
man, I listen to like James Brown and Al Green and
Soulful.
stuff.
Oh,
Big Al.
soul.
old soul.
Yeah, yeah.
Old pimp.
That explains.
Yeah,
the
that explains a lot.
girlfriend.
Mhm.
Older girlfriend.
Speaking of basketball,
And
Are
older
you
girlfriends.
ready to try your hand? or something?
Jesse,
You want to try your hand?
yeah, we can play. Jesse has never wanted to play me. He's too busy.
Mm,
But speaking
sounds
of,
like a
What are
challenge.
you looking at over there? Look at me. when
I'm
you
looking
tell-
at the
Look at me when you
audience.
tell me that. All right?
Confidence boost.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, like I told you before, you ain't got enough weight for me.
Mm.
I'm gonna body you around down there,
Mm-mm.
and I can jump still.
Can you?
No, sir.
Yeah. What does that mean?
No, I was just asking. Can you? Yeah, you still got the
what,
ups.
what does that mean? though? Can I? I mean, I said.
I don't remember
feel
you
like
ever
that
being
was-
able to. I just,
Are you crazy?
Oh, yeah, you do a lot of CrossFit.
See, I've been
Lower the
advocating
rim.
for a McShin basketball tournament.
Yeah.
If I had
Here
a
we
pair
go.
of shorts, we would go play some basketball right now.
Mhm.
Oh,
Always
I'm not
excuses.
in,
You're
Yeah,
playing what you got,
time.
ain't it, Adam? You're playing your.
Don't do that to him.
What?
because He'll get beat bad.
I'd like
you
So-
watched the
so-
game? You excited for the Lakers season?
I'm not. You're a Lakers fan. I'm not a Lakers fan.
Oh, so you can't.
I'm
say
a
it on the
LeBron James.
podcast.
I love LeBron James. I'm a LeBron. James.
Oh, why
I feel like-
generation and millennials?
I feel like LeBron
I'm a
is the
LeBron
best.
fan.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron-
How about
I-
a team? Just pick a team. bro.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never.
you
When
know,
it comes
we
to
have,
NBA, when it comes to NBA, I've never had a basketball team. Utah Jazz was my team at one time. you know. But
What
when
about
my
the
when my
Super
boy
Sonics?
Stockton,
Yeah, I like the
when my
Super
boy
Sonics.
Stockton went away,
Sean Kemp and them. That was
Mm.
a
Yeah.
team right there.
yeah. But I'm a
The
NBA is a superstar sport.
What
So
step
like,
are we currently on?
what step are you
Step
currently
out.
on? So, what step are you currently on, Adam?
So I'm redoing the second step with a new sponsor currently.
Okay, good step.
You
Are
know
you going?
Charles.
Yeah, Charles, my
Yeah,
man. That's a good
yeah.
dude. Tell Charles I said hello.
I will.
Yeah, I love Charles. Good dude. I am. Are you asking all of us? Because I can answer the question too, but I don't know about Travis over here.
I work multiple steps at one time. 10 is the only one you can work out of order. I love 10. I work 10 every day.
Now he's
I'm
just
about
like,
to work 10
now
right
he's
now.
just quoting stuff that he's heard.
Oh, by the way, we
I've
have X, Y, and Z in the house today.
Sorry for all
Hold
y'all.
on. The truth is, I'm actually.
Here he comes, coming back to the family, Steve.
No, I was gonna say.
He felt left out.
No.
Please don't say what I'm about to think.
I'm
you're
my
gonna say.
own
And-
generation. Okay.
Lord have mercy.
Steve doesn't want to be classified with you. Trust me on that.
Steve, definitely. Steve, what are you?
Gen X.
X.
Not a boomer.
You know,
Not a
He's on the cusp of being a baby boomer
there's
too.
no. Where do you get this word cusp? You're just.
I don't really know if I'm technically Gen Z or not, but I know that's what most of the people be saying.
Saying what?
Like Gen Z, that's the new one. That's the one. Or not new, but
I never heard this one. Look this up, Steve. Gen Z. What are these guys all about?
Gen
All right.
Z.
Are these the
hold
guys
on.
that brought out skinny jeans?
Yeah,
Could be.
that was after. When was skinny jeans? Now
like 2000s,
yeah.
early 2010s.
Yes.
So, but we're digressing here. There's some very important question here.
Yeah, go.
Yes.
Yes.
I have a few times.
Yes.
And I've taken a couple people through the steps myself as well, Erica. I don't think Travis is working a first step right now. I just know because I know him. He's doing a first step with a sponsor. Adam said he's redoing his
Second step.
because he got a different sponsor. Correct,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. But he hasn't taken anybody through the steps.
No.
But I myself have. Erica, thank you for these questions. We like this, Erica. What about you? Have you gone through
Have
the
you
12
gone through any
steps?
12 steps, Erica?
And have you taken anybody through the steps? Speaking of steps, right? So you're redoing your second step right now. What are you finding in that? Because we talked about what happened, what got you here, and it was a quick process, and thank God it was, man.
Yeah,
'Cause
what
you
a
didn't have to
blessing.
stay out there, like us, Steve,
Yeah.
and Travis and
a
me.
lifetime.
Yeah, it was really, literally like decades. We were out there using and putting this filth in our body and hurting people. So
Mhm.
you're able to get it together. And I know you, man. You're a good dude, man. You got good work ethic. And you're smart, intelligent, and you care about people.
Well, thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, I've always loved you, man. So tell me what's going on with the second step. How's it been going? Like, what are you learning with it?
We've only met once by the second step so far because he's a teacher and I'm constantly busy with school. So it's actually something that we're gonna be.
You know what? I don't mean to interrupt you on this.
Yeah. What's up?
But you're going to
But
do it anyway.
Yeah, I know. But teacher, he's over at Richmond Tech Center, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
He's probably somebody you should connect with to find out how to get your GED. Because that's where to get the copy. That's where you
Yeah.
went. That's where you went and got it at, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. 1995.
He might be able to tell
I
you
can
where to
give
get
him
it.
a call.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Call him, man. I'm having a hard time tracking this thing down.
I got you. Yeah.
He
It's like-
took it there, but so yeah, he's a teacher.
Year
Keep going, keep
1990.
going.
Yeah. So we're both just like very busy all the time, but it's something we got it on the schedule because I got a break coming up and so does he. And
So you haven't
Putting it
actually
together.
gotten into it with him yet.
nah, we sat down one time and got breakfast, but we got sidetracked in other conversations. So
Okay, so
Why
second step. Let's talk about. Let's break that down since that's where you're at. And Travis is getting ready to embark on the second step because he's finishing up his first step with his sponsor. Second step, we came to believe that a power greater than us can restore us to sanity. Right.
Mhm.
What do we hear in that? Like, what's some things that you hear in that?
What do you hear in that?
Well, I'm
so
asking.
for
What do
me,
you mean? What are we hearing it?
a big part of it is faith. Just because I still struggle sometimes, I don't wake up and have a great day every day. You know what I mean? And I feel lost sometimes, a lot of the time still. And I think it's one thing to go to others for advice. It's one thing to lean on others, but I can't do it constantly. And so a big part of the second step for me is like connecting with that higher power, connecting with that faith of just the answers will come.
Okay.
Like it's written and it'll come when it's ready.
That's good. So there's something
spiritual principle attached to the third step is faith, right? What's
Yeah.
What's
So
the spiritual principle attached
to the
to
second. Well, I'm going to go there. So what I was
Yeah.
going to tell you, this is what I'm going to ask y'all or follow me. Stay with me for a second. I'll put the whatever
Lay it out.
The onus.
the lab coat, whatever you had on in the
Here comes
cartoon.
Dr. Jesse.
Yeah. So there's something that has to come before faith, though. In order for faith to work, right? There's something that has to come before it. Like, what would you think would come before faith? And I'm just not just keep it out of recovery, just in general and anything. In order for us to have faith, something has to happen before that.
In my opinion and experience.
Okay. Well, both of y'all right. Like your experience, your belief, right? The belief. So you have to usually hope has to come before faith, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when you see something happen, right? Then you start to have faith that it's going to work, right? You know what I mean? So that's what that's what talks about in the second step first, right? Doesn't mean that faith isn't part of it, because faith is part of it, right? But right before that faith, I would say don't because they talk about this in the basic text, is that the second step gets passed over with minimal concern, right? We do it so quickly, right? We don't pay attention to how important it is. And the spiritual principle to the second step is hope. And open-mindedness, right? Those two things go hand in hand, right? And so where we see it at, Adam, is how your mom, you know, she's seen it in John, right? And she would talk to you about John, right? And then when it came time for you to do something, right, you reached out to him because he had given somebody else hope, right? You know, and that's the only thing we can really give each other. That's the only spiritual principle we can give each other around here is hope. Like, you know, we can give each other hope, and that's what happens in the second step when you start to see the stuff come into fruition. And this is not like not like, you know, being egotistical right here at all. I'm being
Keep going.
well, I want to go in another analogy.
Right.
Yeah. So Trav, I know what I'm saying. Trav seen me and him shoot dope and get high together, right? You know, and when it came time, like to for him probably, you know, I don't know, but like to see me clean, he's like, oh shit, if Jesse's staying clean, why can't I stay clean, right? That's the hope, right? So now you see it. So now the faith starts to develop,
that it can happen,
right? Yeah, that is there and it can happen. Now the thing that stands, it's possible, right? It's possible, yeah. And now what's crazy now that I see Travis doing, I'm like, well, she's doing it. Well, I can still do this thing, right? And the same thing, like you freaking did it at 18. Why the hell can I not still do it, right? You know,
Exactly.
so hope still comes even after being here for 12 years. You know, coming up on 12 years clean, it still comes. But like one of the biggest things that I learned in the second step, one of the words that really like stood out to me, and I'm glad that you're on it, you know, it said, you know, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity, and that sanity piece. So like I fought with that because I didn't, you know, I could argue with somebody what sanity is, like, you know, man, Travis over here tripping, man, you know.
I love your definition of it.
Right. Yeah. And so I learned over time, man, like sanity for me is just the ability to see the truth about me. Insanity is the inability to see the truth. And so you talked about, when you were talking about the second step, you know, people, you know, helping you and that kind of thing. That's what we need. That's the second step does. It says, hey, look, you know, you can't do this all by yourself, right? You know, so some power greater than you has to help you, and it helps you through us, through people, right? You know, that's where it helps. That's why they talk about the most powerful vessel is the group, right? You know,
connectivity.
The connectivity, being connected, right?
The cure for
so you know, that's the thing for me, man. And what helped me in this is sponsorship. You know, mentorship, friendships, right? Connections, you know, people that I can talk to and like, you know, rely on, that they're going to have my best interests at heart. You know, they're going to call me on my stuff too, right? That ain't going to co-sign nothing because I can't see me. You know,
blind
like when,
spots.
like, you know, blind spots, right? We talked about in the podcast before, like, you know, when you know, go, because you don't want us to talk about it, but when you made that mistake while you were here, right? You had, you know, you were blinded. It was a blind spot in your actions, right? But like it was happening.
Understandable blind spot. I mean, from the description.
You understand why I was blind?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm getting the right
You don't
picture
get
in
me
my
in trouble.
mind, because the working out, the
It's like looking at
in
the sun.
shapeness and attraction to
So it definitely put the blinders on
mature.
him. Yeah. Because I remember one time
at such a
it
young,
was
fresh
it was
age.
Adam. It was reported. It was like this is like the scoop was, man. They're hanging out up in the room, and so I'm like Adam, you hanging out in this girl's room? He's like, no, we're not. I just
He wasn't
dropped off
working the first.
I wasn't
spiritual
hanging out.
principle.
Yeah, I would hang out. I was
Still
like,
isn't,
well,
is
why
it?
is everybody else thinking you're hanging out in the room, man? Right?
Because they're jealous. Nah.
So you were hanging out in the room. Truth always comes out.
Because the
Let me stop,
inability,
let me
the
stop.
inability to
Ability.
see the truth about yourself.
He wasn't on the
right?
second
Yeah.
step yet.
Other people could see what you were doing, and you couldn't see it. Ain't nothing bad,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
and then
I
things-
told y'all the type of music I listen to. I got an issue.
Were you playing that in the
Hold on,
room?
what's the
Nah,
music?
I'm a lover man, you know.
Yes, you were.
Listen
I'm,
to
I'm,
Barry
I'm,
White.
too, I'm too nice,
Mhm.
and I want to be everyone's friend. And,
Now that is
Especially
true
older.
about you.
That's
You are
an issue.
definitely nice, and you definitely want to be everybody's friend. You're right,
Mhm.
man. That was
That's not a bad
Remember we
quality.
talked about that when you were
Oh,
driving,
yeah.
right? I would
Mhm.
tell you, man, look, stop, man. Just say no,
yeah.
right? You got to stop say
So
no to
hard
me,
to say no,
right?
isn't
You
it?
wouldn't even say no to me, and I was like, man, you got to practice saying no, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. Now you don't know that you say
I'm a
no
yes
and
man.
say nah. What the yes man around here, man. so that's good stuff, man. Erica wants to know how much clean time do you have, Adam?
I've been clean for 2 years and 4.5 months now.
So and the correct, I don't want to say the politically correct, but like the SAMHSA definition, the stuff that we try to say not stigmatizing is that we've been in recovery for this
Mhm.
amount of time,
Mhm.
but in 12 steps, we use that language, but it is stigmatizing, but and you've been in recovery now 2.5 years, coming up on 3 years. When do you celebrate?
June.
Is Shot of Hope your
No, I still go to Rainbows.
okay?
It's the best for my schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, late night.
Where's this at?
Mhm.
Rainbows
What's
is
up,
Friday
Papa?
night.
No
VCU.
no fault of yours, Erica. You were fine. We were talking
Oh,
about our
yeah,
language,
no,
not you,
no,
Erica.
yeah,
it's,
you're
it's a
good.
good question.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
commenting.
No.
Comment any language you want.
Yeah, I'm not being
Mhm.
critiquing that. It's fine.
No, that wasn't you.
I've been
Leave
clean.
Erica alone.
Yeah,
My homegirl.
we get some questions out of you. We want that. Yeah, keep it coming. I've been
been
clean.
awesome.
Yep, I've been clean. I've been in recovery in 12 years in January. So, and Travis,
I've lost count. It's been so long. Not a big key tag picker upper.
it's a damn lie, man. Just answer the daggone question. She wants to. How long you been in recovery? Man, he's coming. He's getting ready to celebrate a year.
A year for
Yeah.
the 12 step, 3 years, and the other kind,
Mhm.
2 years. I mean, you add them two together. If you add SAMHSA and like the 12 step community, if you marry those together, then it would be like probably around the same
That's
amount you
amazing,
have, Erica.
Erica.
About 4 years, 10 months, 26
Congratulations.
days, if I
4
remember
4
correctly.
years, 10 months. Yeah, good stuff.
26
Keep
days.
it up.
Me too. I'm 27 days, Erica. 4 years, 10 months, 27 days. You're right there with me, Erica.
He's still a newcomer over here to the right. Me and Adam, we're not.
I'm a
newcomers.
newcomer.
Steve-
I'm a newcomer to the
Steve-
12 step kind, like a old, like a
Steve.
old kinder with a
let's-
SAMHSA kind.
All right, you're not. You're not. Steve, what you got, Steve?
3 years and a quarter in the
So
And a quarter.
you can't see Steve. Everybody out there listening, but Steve's got
Gen
little,
Xers say
little
quarter.
over 3 years. Gen Xers say
You
quarter.
keep coming back to it.
Really? Gen Xers say quarter.
Yeah, he said quarter.
I feel like that's.
I like to
something
say deuce
baby
and a
boomer. would
deuce and a
say.
nickel.
I would say a pound or something.
ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quarter
all right,
century.
All right. So look, we've been taking up. We've been going strong for an hour. But Eric, you said you had lots of questions. Keep coming back. I'm Raymond. I keep telling him that every day. Eric, you got any more questions before we get? Because we're getting ready to log off here. I could talk to Adam for days.
We're in Virginia.
Adam is man. I'm telling you, man. Like just the stuff that you're doing at such a young age. I know Steve and I know Travis can relate to this. They're both older than me, but like,
Gen
but-
Xers.
damn Gen Y, right? Y. Yeah.
No, I appreciate that, Jesse.
Well, what I was gonna say is that it takes, man. I cannot emphasize this.
One more question.
It just takes a lot of courage to do it at a young age, and then like to be in college and not like I can just imagine. I know it's probably like I'm pretty sure it's people drinking, smoking.
Mhm.
Like you're in college and that's what they do. Like everybody's in there
Yeah.
partying,
Mhm.
And now a good thing where you're at, they do got Rams in recovery, which is a great place. So you're able to stop there and check it out. But like, man, it's gotta be hard, at your age. So I commend you for pushing through and doing it. And I'm glad you came back here. And,
Thank you.
Come back
Yeah,
more.
I
We're
will.
seeing you around.
I want to say a couple things before we sign off. So one is if you'd like to hear more about me, I was on the podcast almost a year ago, and so it should still be in the YouTube and anywhere where
It is.
the
I've seen it back there.
podcast is posted. If you want to hear a more thorough version of my story,
I like the way you
we
plugged
had some-
yourself like that.
We had some fun.
What is wrong about today?
What
What
was
is
wrong?
wrong about
We got
today?
some-
Nothing's wrong with today. I'm having a great
What do you
time. I'm
mean?
just saying if they wanted to. they were
No,
intrigued by
actually,
this
no.
conversation.
Actually, no. Let me
If
tell
you wanted to
if
dive-
you want to hear more,
Oh, we can dive deeper.
listen,
Adam,
and
right
listen,
now.
if you want to hear more about Adam, then stay tuned and request to have Adam back on.
might be a
here.
surprise.
Yeah, that's what we
Surprise.
want. Like, you gotta
Um,
everybody log back in and we'll talk more about Adam
because
because
we didn't even get to the good stuff.
we left because Adam
Mhm.
didn't want us to talk about some stuff.
He
He
actually
told us
ducked
we had to
some-
leave stuff out.
We
and
can
stuff.
talk about it next time.
We can,
Yeah,
so
we
now
talk
we
about
can
it.
talk about
Well,
it.
now we can talk about it.
I gotta ask that particular person.
No,
for
names
things.
and dates have been
Last
changed.
I heard, they might need some. Maybe they.
Yeah,
Maybe you can call
yeah.
him. Yeah.
Maybe we'll
Um,
give him a
But
call.
the other
on
thing I
air.
wanted to say was, I am very young,
Gossip,
and
Erica.
and all these things that Jesse said about me, very kind things. I'm not an anomaly. It's a big misconception that some people have, is that I'm this anomaly. I promise y'all I'm not.
You are.
There are so many.
Does that word
You're
mean
an
like
outlier.
The word means you're unique. You're like
Mm.
not. There's not a lot of you.
But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is there are so many young people across this country.
But I don't really think they're like you though.
No, they're not like you at all, Adam.
Yeah,
None
I
of
don't
them
think-
have
I
that
think some of
beautiful
them-
mind.
Some kind of faking it too.
You're
They ain't really-
you're
they
studying.
ain't really
Yeah,
do what
you
you
glow.
did,
You
man.
blow glass. Bro.
Yes.
Damn glass blower. It's like one of you in the world.
Shooting dope with blowing glass.
Yeah.
man.
No, Raymond, it's okay. I like listening to Travis's stupid.
Thank you.
It's good though. It's
But
good entertainment.
I-
you know?
common theme around here.
I understand what you're saying. You're
Yeah.
saying there's more people young in
Mm.
recovery, man, and there is, man. But it's still a good. It's man, anybody at any age
Yeah.
doing this thing.
Mhm.
I just know for me it was, at a young age, like my mind was not there, right? So that's why it just amazes me. Like your mind is far more advanced than mine was at a young age. Like, emotionally, like my emotional IQ, man. Oh man, like I could, and that's I commend. I really see that in you. Debbie, you remember Debbie? Debbie's saying, remember
I
Debbie
do-
Rosenbaum?
Is that the same Debbie?
Yeah, that's on the board, on our board of directors.
Oh, hey Debbie.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good to see you.
She was here. She was one of our judges in the
Mm-hmm.
Halloween and costume thing we did. in the
Shocking,
dessert-
Barbie didn't win the cookie thing. It's the first time that ever happened.
Man, Barbie wins everything. Y'all need to get a new judge because
Well, she didn't win the dessert time. She didn't. The only thing she won was the costume, which I think she was
Still won
deserving of
something.
that. Now I would have voted for Raymond. I thought Raymond had the best creative costume.
Super
Good.
Trooper.
That was good.
Yeah, that was
you should
good.
see my
I
costume.
thought so. Is Raymond in here?
Very
Yeah,
realistic.
Raymond's definitely.
Yeah, I thought he had the best one. I was like, man, that's awesome. If I could have came up with that one,
Mm.
that was good. I like that one. That was really good. All right, we have to answer Erica's question. She says,
All right.
what was the biggest thing you had to overcome in the recovery process?
The recovery, the
the-
biggest thing
the
to
biggest thing.
overcome. The biggest thing to overcome.
I'm not sure. That's an interesting question, Erica.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
Does
when,
anybody want to
when
go
I
on
when
it?
I,
I can go on it. I can go on it first, and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
y'all can lead off of that. I'll go with what comes to my mind. Like, so when we talk about recovery process, so the first thing that I struggled with, and probably one of the biggest things I struggled with, was in that first step.
saying
was-
you had a problem.
Yeah, it was the powerless
Yeah,
piece.
that's
Like,
it. That I know
like,
everything.
I really struggled with that part.
Mm.
Like, well, because I'm such a I use my physicality to protect me all my life because I could fight and I was athletic and I could compete physically. The powerless piece, me saying I'm defeated by something, was really hard for me. So that was one of my biggest obstacles. But I can't pinpoint like the biggest obstacle, but I know that was one of the ones that was just so hard for me, and that kept me fighting for a long time. And when I finally said, you know what, just don't fight this thing no more, I was able to start, getting some recovery.
Yeah. Once my perception shift to the behavioral part of it and the
Ooh,
thoughts.
yeah.
Because I was totally thinking like I don't have the desire to use anymore. Like I'm cured, I got it. And then when I recognized like the things that I couldn't like your definition of insanity, when I became aware that I did have the abnormal thinking, and that's what the steps really focus on, like that's when it opened up for me. So it's true. So that was something I had to overcome. That I know it's the I habits, and then like what am I doing? So I would say that right there.
What about
the
you,
awareness?
Adam? Anything?
For me, one thing I think the physical healing, the somatic response, and the somatic trauma I experienced from the drug use over the years, like that took me a long time to get over, to really feel like it's out of my system and I'm recovering from it. And I still, deal with that somatic response sometimes. It's almost like phantom pains. It feels like just like in my head and whatnot. But I'd say, let's see,
what about in your
in my journey?
In the journey? So what you mean with that question, I think,
Mhm.
is since you've been in recovery, since you've been clean, what's been the biggest obstacle?
Yeah, I think it's similar to what y'all saying, like kind of getting over myself and opening myself to other people's arms. But for me, it's trauma. Trying to recover from trauma.
Yeah.
It's got to be
when you word it like that, and I start to
because I haven't had
when you word it like that, I think that the biggest thing that I had to overcome in my this past 12 years is when my son died. That was probably the biggest. That was not probably, that was, and I only made it through the grace of God and the people around me, like my wife, and my friends and the people in my network. So that was probably like the biggest, I don't even know how to call. I don't know call that. Just like in my journey, hurdle, something that just
test.
Because you just never know until stuff like that happens, like how you're gonna react and what you want to do. Support was real big for me in that, because I couldn't even. I was like a zombie, walking through my life for like a month, just not knowing. So good stuff. Trav, did you ever think?
Successfully?
Yeah.
No. After you drop that, I'm gonna say like,
I don't mean to get all sad and emotional.
Thanks for dropping that one.
Yeah.
No hurdles here, Erica. Mine's been pretty smooth sailing, I must say.
Well, I mean, he hasn't even been here a year yet, so don't let him fool you with all that Samson stuff. He's coming up on a year in like when was it? When did you come? March?
This is an anonymous program.
You're welcome, Erica. Thank you for tuning in, Erica. Look, listen, share this with your friends. Go to our YouTube channel, please, and subscribe, share, get this content out there for us. We appreciate you tuning in, Debbie, Raymond. Thank you for always supporting. And Kelly, Kelly always logs on. I think she logs on sometimes. She just wants to make sure that her commercial comes.
That's it. And then logs right off.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
Winchester.
Winchester's a good place. But thank you. Tune in next week. We got another good one. And if if Adam's willing, we'll get him on here again and he can share some more.
Thanks for having me on, y'all. It's been a great time. It's always a pleasure seeing you, Jesse, and same for you, Travis.
What? Hold on. You don't even know Travis. You know Travis?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we know each other.
Stop it.
Yeah, I know everybody, bro. I talk to everybody, particularly Adam. Peace.